Hello and welcome to part 6 in this look back at Resident Evil. Not that it didn't put me on edge, but what kind of gave that away is there was like a shadow quickly come up on the wall, but the music changed. So if I didn't notice the shadow, it probably would have made me jump. It's hard to say really, because I did see the shadow. This puzzle here was originally in the original game, but it was a blue and red tiger statue. Blue and red diamond, I think it is, or gem. Probably a gem actually. So you have to get a blue and red gem to go in there, but this time around it's yellow and blue, I think. But I think it was just for ammo purposes in the original game, whereas on that one I think is an important item. Though I could be wrong. Actually, that's probably a waste of kerosene. Thinking about that, but I couldn't remember if they burst the door open later on, so I thought, just to be on the safe side. That's quite a long memo, to be honest. I tried to make a run for it, but yeah, I did it really bad. Oh, battery pack. These are like the stun guns. They just electrocute the zombies, basically. That was all that sort of thing was in this original game. Everything, all the words were exactly correct. It sort of goes on about how what's happened in the house and why everybody's pretty much a zombie. As I've said in many other backs at the Resident Evil games, they always start off being really itchy, and it's there. I mean, it would be there in the first one because that's the first game it come from, obviously. I love the shadows on the wall. I've never really noticed it, to be honest. I have, but I've never really paid a lot of attention to it. I mean, as I said earlier, when we went through that the corridor, it's on the door where that zombie just was. The opposite way to where we're running. It was like a massive corridor, really dark corridor. It wasn't massive, but it's really dark, and you could see the shadow on the wall. It looked brilliant. That's another one that won't be coming back with a bit of luck. Ah, now this is where I think the armor key goes. Not the armor key, the sword key. But this, I'm not going to go down here yet because I don't really want to spoil it. But that in the original game, if I'm correct, I could be wrong because, as I said, I haven't played it in quite some time. That was locked off You could use the sword key, but there was a door blocking you off inside. So that might be the case again, but I just didn't want to go down there and spoil anything for the later on parts. And this puzzle has actually changed quite a bit. What we need to do is play the piano. Now the music notes are behind the bookcase like they were in the original game, but the problem is someone's decided to tear a page out, and we can't get access to the page. Actually, I think we can in a minute. So we can go up and get that now. I think earlier I said that we wouldn't have access to get... Oh no, we still won't get access to the mask actually. But we can go up in some of the rooms up in there, so that's where we're probably going to head now. It was annoying because I couldn't remember if it was on Chris's or it was both, and I believe it is both. If you remember, if you've watched my look back at Resident Evil 0, you remember me saying something about Rebecca being able to play the piano. Chris can't play the piano, so Rebecca has to do this part. But the problem is, in 0, it makes out like she can't play it. She's very rusty or something. She's kind of like that in this one. You have to walk out the door and go and get some stuff and come back, and eventually she gets it. That was the same as the original game. Another huge difference I sort of haven't talked about. I really should be talking about this if I do Chris's, but I'll talk about it now really. It's not really a big thing, it's just something to fill the time gap really. In the original game, when Chris was wearing his secret costume, I don't believe Rebecca had a costume to go with it, but in this one, she has like I think it's a cowgirl costume. Which she does have in 0 as well. I don't ever remember seeing it on the GameCube version, but it is on the Wii version, so maybe... I don't know if that's... I didn't unlock it or something, or it wasn't on the European version or something like that. Hopefully we can get rid of the... I think this is the last... I don't know if we opened this earlier. Hopefully we did. Because we can get rid of the armor key then. Oh no, actually it's going... I've just thought, because we haven't got a lot of space. I don't know what that item there is for. If anybody does know, do feel free to leave a comment, because I'd really love to know. It's just like a wooden board. It doesn't seem to do anything. I really must look it up, to be honest, because it just seems... I picked it up before, took it with me, and I've never found a use for it, so it's hard to say what it is for, really. There's actually quite an interesting bit of Resident Evil 6 news. It's not in... Well, it's hilarious. Well, it's not hilarious. It's just shocking how much they want for it. There's a special version of Resident Evil that's easy. I think it was only Japan originally or America, but it's now coming over here. All it is the game, a couple of stickers I think it is, and like these sort of medicine box type things. And the biggest thing in it is Leon's jacket from Resident Evil 6. And altogether it's about £900, which is quite shocking. The jacket doesn't look all that great, to be honest, so to be honest it wouldn't be worth it for me. And that room we can't get into further to a bit later on. I was just using the key to sort of get through there. I mean, it's not a nice collector's item if people like to collect that, but £900 is really quite steep, really, for that. But it's up to people if they've got the money and they want to buy it. That's their decision. I think they did a similar version. I don't think it came out in the UK or anywhere in Europe. I could be wrong. With Leon's jacket in full. So they must love... Well, I think Leon's probably one of the most popular Resident Evil characters, isn't he? That's why.
Richard! What happened? You're wounded.
This whole place is a killing zone. There are monsters.
What did this to you?
A big snake. And it had to be poisonous.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
Bring me serum. I saw some, but didn't bring any.
I'll go and get it, okay? You're gonna make it.
Thanks.
That's Richard from the Bravo team. He's in Umbrella Chronicles because he's part of one of Rebecca's secret campaigns that shows how she got into them. Well, it doesn't actually show. It just shows her. She's in one of the dormitories and it shows how she made it into the mansion. But it's kind of a shame because he's the partner character, but you can only be Rebecca. You can't choose to be him. Not that it matters on that game because there's no benefit from being a certain character, to be honest. So this is all pretty much all the lyrics, all the dialogue there is pretty much the same. I think the only difference is I can't remember when he gives it you, but he does eventually give you a radio. But Jill seems to already have that. I could be wrong actually. I don't ever remember him saying have my radio. But we will find out in a minute. I don't think he does give it you in this one. And what we need to do now is just get some serum, as he said. It treats poison wounds from snakes, I believe. That's probably why we need it. But the reason why he got bitten by the snake in Umbrella Chronicles is very different. It doesn't actually show you in this game. Ooh, headshot. That was well overdue, that headshot. That just basically means that zombie will never come back. I actually think that the Crimson Heads aren't that bad with the right shotgun. Because, well, they're right around shotgun ammo. I don't really know. I haven't really had dealt with them much, so I can't really talk about that too much because I don't know. But it just seems, I don't know. The first time I sort of played it, I was a bit nervous around him. But the second and third time, I didn't really care, and I wasn't really bothering with the kerosene. But obviously, it is a massive thing. You do really need to use it. I actually found out today because I was actually trying to find out how you unlock the Samurai Edge, Barry's Special Edition one. And because I have unlocked it before, as I might have said, I think I have said. It turns out it's not about saves, it's about timing. Now, if I remember correctly, I don't know if it's in this one, but there are some games that rely on like time gets added for each save and stuff. But I think it's like you've got to complete it in 5 hours, which isn't a problem. But my only concern with that is where I'm letting you read the memos. Not that I have a problem with that because I like to do that. Do you know what I mean? It's not a playthrough. The only thing that needs to be showed off is the game, not what I can do on the game, really. So it's not really it's not a problem. But it'd just be nice to get it to show you it, really. But hopefully I can get the data off my sister's Wii console. Why did they call it a Wii? It's so annoying. Anyway, that's the end of this part. So thank you very much for watching.